Don't forget to subscribe!
Hey, it's Sailor Jupiter. Before we get started on the video, this is for Chelsea Mina Venus 22 Bells, Sasha Doom Kitty Cat Freeman, Noah the Pokemaster, Zachary NG Silverstone, Sandra the Cartoon News and Shenanigans Man, Cure Luffy, Olga Gachi Phoenix, Rachel Kelly, Rakurai Kaze, Rosa Madoka, Magical Gamer, Raymond Arceus Bahamut, Kimberly Kimmy Myrick, Peachy Silver, Catherine Yami 78444131, Bailey Sandbacken, and Adam Adman Kiyosaki Azenzo. Let's begin! Let's go!
Start!
Hey everybody, this is Princess Firefly, and today's video will be covering Glitter Force.
Boo! You've brought shame on your people. Bloody hell! It's lads like you that give war a bad name. Are you freaking kidding me? No!
Look, I know Demo Man, Scout, but that's enough fighting. But it's about how Toei failed to make the adaptation a success in the West with Saban and Hasbro, and I now think we can discuss the problem. First things first, we'll go over the troubled production between Toei and Saban or Hasbro's relationship. And second, we will go over the criticism on Alex Cazares getting cast as Lily's role, and Keith Silverstein getting his role as the three generals of the Shadow Realm, along with Danielle Judovit's questions about episode 34, the emotional finale, and we will go over PreCure's future in the West and what's good and bad of the franchises going forward. And like we said, we first advised much of this information cannot be independently verified and must be treated as rumor or gossip of much of what you must hear. It must be taken with a grain of salt. With the mandatory warning out of the way, let's get started. Much as when Midnight's Edge made a video on Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, with credit to Overlord DVD and the future ruler of the Earth, Victor Van Doom Cock, along with Ichibaka of Disney Star Wars is dumb, and the studio meddling between the Walt Disney Company, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, Alan Horn, Katie Hart, and J.J. Abrams of Bad Robot fame over creative difference between Rian Johnson and the film. Toei wanted to do a second attempt to bring PreCure to the West and wanted to sell new toys with Mattel Playmates or Bandai Namco, so girls will be able to go buy PreCure figures and transformation items instead of Barbies, much like guys wanted to get Power Rangers items. Thank you so much, JTV Tropes, for the information. But Hasbro and Saban had nothing to do with the anime because it had already been done before. In 2004 and through 2007 and in 2010, former film and TV production company 4Kids had a deal with Toei Animation. And after that, they and Funimation made a test pilot for One Piece.
And your existence has been a constant reminder of that mistake.
And then 4Kids got the rights to PreCure, but they dropped it for Mew Mew Power, the English dub of Tokyo Mew Mew, and got a deal from Puss in Boots for Magical Do-Re-Mi, or the English version of Ojamajo Do-Re-Mi and One Piece. 4Kids wanted nothing to do with One Piece, but with Magical Do-Re-Mi because they'll mess it up. But eventually, Toei took One Piece back after 4Kids made 104 episodes. And then, 8 years later, Toei wanted to give PreCure to, after Ocean Studio contract on Futari wa PreCure expired to dub, but Saban and Hasbro wanted nothing to do with that franchise, which is sad. But they did under Toei Animation Incorporated's president, Masayuki Endo, and Jennifer Yang, senior manager licensing at Toei Incorporated, and they want it dubbed now, or else both parties would be fired and laid off. Well, Hasbro wanted to put the show on Nick, or Nicktoons, or Nick Jr., but due to Digimon Fusion being a flop on the network by Paramount Global, they decided to put it on Netflix after CEO Reed Hastings and Bozoma St. John loved it before it went into production and wanted to have it cut costs to record in Canada But Toei decided to do a harding test in-house in their LA HQ in Studiopolis Burbank with Jamie, Rita, and Suzanne. The harding test was used to check proactive image sequences in TV, video games, entertainment programs, movies, and logos. We already explained it about the whole anime, and we're not going to mention it here because Mina would indeed kill us. But let us explain. And it was most likely because of the Electric Soldier Porygon incident. It actually just gave more than 700 Japanese children seizures. So they thought that Pikachu caused the seizures, and they decided to remove Porygon from the anime. And despite that Porygon did nothing wrong, Natalie actually discovered what was the problem. It was the vaccine-like missiles that caused the seizures, not Pikachu and not Porygon. Porygon was too tired to keep moving, so Pikachu had to save everyone's life by using Thundershock. And once the test was finished, parents told Toei to darken not just the transformation sequences, but also the fight scenes. Because the parents told Studiopolis to darken scenes and create the frame rate to be slowed down by a margin, especially on April's transformation sequences similar to the Sonic Unleashed 7th generation and Batman Arkham Knight PC port. Either way, let's get on to the second topic. Keith Silverstein answered a question by Partner about Glitter Force, and while he was doing Sailor Moon art before Miraculous Ladybug, he saw the script on Studiopolis, and Susie Goldish asked, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he decided to read the part. I think got the part, same thing with the others, and that was history. Until Toei was looking for a new voice actress for Lily. Many actresses auditioned, but didn't get the callback until 22-year-old Alex Cazares, a newcomer to the anime industry, told Gabe they were looking for a new voice for Lily. And as soon as she entered Studiopolis, when Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, voice director, Jennifer Yang of Toei Animation Incorporated, Ryan Johnson, and Jamie Simone let her read script and got a callback, and Toei executives gave her the part and role. And since then, online forums and Twitter trolls attacked Alex for her voice for being raspy and old, and many people called her a female version of Kevin Conroy and David Hayter. But because of this hate, she started blocking people from this. And according to an interview with Danielle Judovitz regarding the emotional scene, she stated that it would just cause a lot more issues, and they decided to skip the emotional scenes because it would just cause the audience to become overreactive. In addition, the Unlocked live interview with Colleen O'Shaughnessy also backed up on what Danielle said. Gabe had asked Colleen a question about if she cried during the finale or saying goodbye, and see if she did the same thing as Sora from Digimon Digital Monsters, but she stated she did not shed tears like Lucy Christian Bell did in Princess Tutu, Full Metal Panic 4, Invisible Victory, and Caitlin Glass in Fruits Basket the Final. She stated that the cast was being switched to a new team, and no, she did not cry.
Why can't you understand?
The show was being recorded for a whole year, from Surpat 2015 through March 2016, when Todd Habercorn posted an Instagram image at Studiopolis of episode 45 or 37 of PreCure. According to Mirror Haze, the show suffered a lot of problems. The biggest criticism is the girls spoke in their transformation sequence, even though Ami, Sarah, and May cure Bloom and cure Egret, along with Tanya, cure Summer, Coraline, cure Coral, Elizabeth, Betty, cure Papaya, Adele, cure Flamingo, Laura, cure La Mer, along with the recently Delicious Party team, are the only characters that can speak in the Splash Jar, Tropical Rouge, Delicious Party, and Ami's first La Viz dub and Toei sub. And the darkening scenes from running, panicking, pillow fights, getting knocked to the ground, strong winds, lightning, power beams, and falling.
Scenes with flashing visuals or fast movement are darkened and dimmed as an attempt to reduce the risk of viewers getting seizures. This never happened in the Japanese version due to the controversial Pokemon the series' The Beginning infamous Electric Guardian Porygon incident, and since then, we can also turn down the brightness and backlight from our TV menu settings, which makes this decision completely pointless. And the quality of the video makes you feel like you're watching at McDonald's Wi-Fi due to the Studiopolis decrease in the quality on the digital film masters Toei sent them. And also, luscious songs like All Stars had bad morals for children. And the ending dances look like something from Blender or Miku Miku Dance due to Toei Incorporated doing in-house. And not only that, all the scenes are darkened but also tinted. Yellow is mostly tinted in the Season 2 episodes where Lily's hair can look brown.
Smile was the last season of the show featuring a score by powerhouse composer Yasuharu Takahashi. Best known for his work on Fairy Tail, Naruto, Modern Sailor Moon, Tokyo Mew Mew New, before he returned to the Tropical Rouge PreCure movie and Heartcatch PreCure, with Smile featuring a lush full score that became one of his most popular contributions to the franchise. So naturally, any replacement of this soundtrack would have gone poorly. Saban brought in regular composer Noel Canyo, who was best known for scoring the entire Neo Saban era of Power Rangers, Code Lyoko, X-Men, the animated series, Digimon Fusion, and Miraculous Ladybug. With the final result, it was hardly a train wreck, and it was compared poorly to the original score since Toei Incorporated pulled an egg gold bar. Thanks to TV tropes for that. And Glitter Spring is popular with kids, and Glitter Ace is the most popular tournament team in the United States. And Doki Doki stems with missing episodes and plot holes, or Arzen says this doesn't have any plot holes, it has plot canyons. The first half of the season was okay. While the show was rushed, the pacing is coherent. The entire Blood Rings and new Powers arcs were completely gone, and Stephanie did sing in Zatch Bell when she did Penny's song.
Because of this, Toei gave Saban or Hasbro a budget cut, forcing them to remove episodes and splice them up, which was the result in Blood Ring and New Powers arcs getting completely axed and erased from existence until they met Netflix's bare minimum requirements and standards and practices for streaming. And meaning that Studiopolis was working to death up until they finished in post-production during that time, earning along with the number of post-production staff at Studiopolis Burbank, sound mixer at said company, was adding in sound effects like Scorpion's Rope Spear from Mortal Kombat 2 through 8, the Falcon Punch from F-Zero GP Legend, removing the Smile Puff catch sound in the transformation sequence, and even adding in a jetpack whoosh sound effect from Pokemon the series. Similar to Zatch Bell Episode 8, adding in the pot shatter sound effects from Sonic Unleashed and sounds that were used in Smile PreCure. Not helping was Saban backing out of the deal towards the end of the production. They sent the rights of the IP, everything, back to Toei Incorporated and Hasbro. And so, to put things worse, and to hit the fan, it came out that the season was just Saban fulfilling a contractual obligation, and after how badly the first season Glitter Force Smile had gone, the production budget was slashed, and absolutely the only absolute minimum of episodes that Netflix could carry were dubbed, and they allowed the license to expire before the show even aired, dooming it to fail since they were working until the 11th hour. They added out-of-place dialogue not heard in the Japanese version and the transformation sequences, and some were even cut because they had too much references to Japanese culture, and this caused even more continuity errors and missing character development like Nellie and Natalie. And speaking of out-of-place dialogue, all the emotional scenes were also turned down in order to strip out-of-place humorous comedy that kills the emotion of the show's original Japanese version. And so Toei gave Studiopolis all 97 digital masters of PreCure, and then all of the 27 episodes were not used. meaning either the cast did the missing episodes or Toei, Studiopolis, or Jamie Simone kept them in the vault. And an anonymous source said that to not expect another Glitter Force dub because Toei, unlike Warner Brothers, will never admit that they made a mistake with this billion-dollar franchise.
Although much of the information by fans and tweets cannot be independently verified, there is much of it might be true. According to Gabe, Todd Haberkorn stated that the cast was working on Glitter Force Smile for a year, meaning Aaron, Robbie, Laura, Colleen, Alex, Danielle, John, Keith, Mary, and Kate were working right until the 7th of March 2016. Before the series finale of Smile PreCure, and Tara Sands did state that it took her, Debbie, Cassandra, Erica, Patrick, Edward, Laura, referring to Laura Post, Kyle, Ray, Melissa, Stephanie, Van, Bryce, and Kurt. They confirmed they were just wrapping up recording, recharging their vocal cords a few days earlier with other projects. This would seem more credence to the idea that Toei and Studiopolis were still working on the project right up until the 11th hour. But after Smile wrapped up, Doki Doki began production, and that was when the studio meddling began. And after the cast went to work on other projects like Soul Calibur, Sailor Moon Classic Viz Dub, Crystal Eternal, Neptunia, Sonic, Super Smash Bros., and etc.
But despite all of this, Toei is working to bring PreCure Uncut and might release a remaster with a proper script and no kid-friendly Americanization there. So we appreciate you watching the video and we'll be taking a rest now. The princess has a major pounding headache.
My head.